ENVI, which is the Electric Network Vehicle Institute. They're based at Pullman University, and so they're kind of the glue that held both of our teams together. I'm a mathematics major at Mesa College, and so we have a bunch of sponsors in the back of the shirt here, which were all invaluable help: NVIDIA, Blue Robotics, MathWorks, and most importantly, the Associated Student Government at Mesa College. And our largest sponsor is actually Pullman University, so none of this was possible without them. Okay, I've already gone through a couple of these slides. That's our loader for MATLAB Club. And this is me. All right, this is kind of the focus of what our team is interested in working on. And this is a video of our 7 award. When I get kind of stressed out, I like watching this video. It just kind of mellows me out a little bit. This is actually a survey run when we're collecting data, probably I think on the 2nd day of competition. One of the problems with starting a Robosub team is you normally start with a blank slate. You don't have any assets or equity from previous years to build on. When you're doing machine learning, it's helpful to have actual validation data collected in a representative environment of your goal. And there's nothing more representative of a Robosub competition than video footage collected from a Robosub competition. So our biggest goal for competition this year was to collect lots of data. We got something like 40 to 50 gigabytes of video footage. And so that's going to be helpful in the coming year when we do deep learning research. So we're not actually a hardware-focused team. We bought our vehicle for, I think, around $1,200, $1,400 as a kit, and then we added accessories to it to make it capable of doing the job that we're interested in. That allowed us to focus the remainder of the year on software. The reason we did this is because although you can always fundraise for more money, you can't time raise on an annual competition. So if we run through our budget on things that were elective, then that was time that we could otherwise have been spent on software. So that was kind of our reason for doing that. The good news is we're really efficient with our resources. This video was what started our fundraising at the end of April. And I think I sped it up 3 times, 1.5 times, because attention spans are a little bit expensive these days in YouTube generation. And so the idea here is when I created this Robosub simulator in 2014, it gave a test environment for our team to actually do a continuous testing and validation as the year progressed. We didn't even start looking for money until we already had a working autopilot working inside of our simulated environment. So that kind of gave us some confidence before requesting money to proceed further. I'm going to fast forward a little bit, because even at 1.5 times speed, the vehicle moves a little bit slow. And this is a really primitive autopilot. Essentially, it just uses hit boxes to change the desired position, and then it uses some trigonometry to know where it's going. PID loops, production control, and yaw. So it got the job done, though. So one of the questions that may be on everybody's mind is, how did we do? We're not actually sure yet. They haven't published the final ranking. Is what that means is we weren't one of the top 8 teams. But it was a first-year team, and we had a starting budget of about $5,700. So we're pretty happy with how well we did under the circumstances. I think around $4,900 of that went into the vehicle, and the remainder was a hotel room. We're a San Diego team, so why would we buy a hotel room doesn't necessarily make sense at first, but I think every team here can testify how grueling that week is. The difference between a 40-minute or 30-minute commute at 8 a.m. during rush hour and a 10-minute, drive to the transit deck from Shelter Island can be a significant strategic advantage, if nothing else, in reducing the fatigue of your team. So that was a big fundraising priority for us. We purchased the vehicle on May 4th. This video was enough to get us the initial $1,000 in seed money. It was a 6-week delivery, so got the vehicle on June 4th. It was 4 to 6 weeks lead time, I think. The vehicle was delivered June 4th. We had it finalized, assembled by, I think, July 1st, and we started testing July 2nd. So this was the finished vehicle, ready for testing. That was probably taken on like June 29th. Yeah, there we go. So the first, tool test that we were happy with is this guy here. So very fast. So we had a lot of fun just for the first 2 or 3 days, banging into the walls of the pool. It's not the biggest test tank in the world, but, we had 24-hour access to it, which is really helpful, trying to cut those logistics costs. Set up, tear down all your infrastructure can be kind of expensive. So, all right. So, getting that presentation in. Yeah, original fundraising was $2,100 or so. That got us, to where we were pretty happy. We borrowed about, I think, $800 worth of parts from one of our sponsors, and that was invaluable. So this is the total budget breakdown. We spent $2.2K-ish on the robot, and then $600 on uniforms. The tether was one of our most expensive components, but having reliable internet connectivity to your SingPort computer is, invaluable when you're trying to troubleshoot. So that was money well spent. Entry fee was $650, so that was nearly 1/10 of our budget. And then the hotel room was, yeah. The software was the main focus of our team. This is a software called ENVI UUV. It's produced by NVIDIA, and the idea is to try and reduce the amount of machine learning education background required to actually do deep learning. So the big trouble with deep learning, and what makes it kind of hard to apply to Robosub competitions, is it normally takes a data set of around, 1 million to 2 million images to really get statistical significance. Otherwise, you start finding like high dimensionality and sparsity of the data. So because we had a video game essentially that could generate arbitrary random data, we would randomize the state of the vehicle screen grab using a scriptable web browser called Slimer.js, and then we use the images saved from that to build a database. So I think my unsupervised learning data set has around 2 million images in it. The supervised learning data set I actually published in our journal paper at the end of the year to help other teams. So it's not only labeled by object category, but it's also labeled for image segmentation. So we followed a convention called Pascal 2012. So whatever the most bleeding edge in deep learning research is for image segmentation problems, usually it's benchmarked on the Pascal 2012 data set. By publishing Pascal 2012 formatted Robosub data, most of the objectives in the Robosub don't change from year to year. So we hope that we'll be able to allow other teams to, essentially outsource their image segmentation capabilities, so they don't have to, mess around with HSV segmentation, RGB thresholding, lab, color spaces. So just binary thresholding and adaptive thresholding is, one of the easiest ways to learn, but what a lot of teams find on the first year is that it's very noisy and it's difficult to use heuristics to actually filter that stuff out. With training, you can actually have a computer figure out how to filter that stuff out for you.
Well, the computer, the algorithm.
So this is a more traditional binary segmentation strategy. And to be quite frank, at 65 cents an hour for Amazon AWS time, we were not able to troubleshoot the Pascal 2012 algorithm, CRFSRNN or Deep Lab. So those were 2 bleeding edge ones. They were built off of Cafe, sitting in Berkeley. And we just kept on getting errors when we tried to train it on our data set. So at 65 cents an hour, we ran out of time, ran out of money, and we had to go with a more traditional approach for our image segmentation. But all of the training data necessary to continue that work is published in our journal paper. So we also used unit testing. So these specific images are ground truth data hand labeled by people from real-world validation images, and that's how we actually test to see how well our vision filters are working. And even though it's primitive, I think our HSV segmentation with a little bit of heuristics was getting like 99% accuracy. So it's just a question of that 1%, how dangerously misleading is it for the vehicle. We use heuristics and contours to actually look for path markers. Those are really valuable navigation landmarks in the competition. And right now, we have the data. We have about 50 gigabytes, 40 gigabytes of validation data collected. And we're interested in doing convolution autoencoder unsupervised training on that data so that we can actually filter our images and make sure there's minimal discrepancy between the training data from the Robosub simulator and from the actual real-world images. The goal is to move towards something called DQ reinforcement learning, where our entire software is essentially top to bottom a neural network. Essentially no if statements in our code, just one big neural network deciding what is the optimal policy for any given state of the vehicle. So this is a very risky approach, and that's why we abandoned it in May, to focus on a more conventional approach to make sure our sponsors were not left empty-handed. So we're now in a position to resume that work. We have better validation data to keep going. And we have a simulator that we can do continuous unsupervised learning training with Q reinforcement for the next 300 days if we want to. What's really holding us back right now is we don't have a graphics card with very much memory. I had a GTX 970 loaned to me for 1 month, and I was able to make some progress. If you're really curious, our Twitter account, ENVI UUV, has a lot of really good video footage that other teams can check out if they want to. And then also, it has everything else too. So that's kind of the key to the capsule. It has the URL for our main website. I don't think we published our journal paper, but that's on the Robosub website. And if anybody is interested in seeing a research poster, that's this guy right here. And I don't know, SDSU Mechatronics, do you want me to stall for time, or are you guys ready to go?
We're good.
Okay.
One question that would apply to everybody, if you could take some of the obstacles and objectives that the competition would have.
Yeah, so, I mean, the obstacles are, essentially a team-specific thing in my experience. When you're actually creating a team, you're going to have different infrastructure problems that you're going to have to fight.
As part of the competition, what sort of things does each team have to do?
I've got a backup slide for that question, actually. Let me show you.
What's the better way to say that?
If anybody's curious, this is, the neural network controlling the vehicle. It's funny, it was like the singing and dancing frog from Looney Tunes. Hello, my honey. Yeah. I started doing a screen recording as it's actually exploring this environment. I didn't get like any points, but as you can see, I have something like 26,000 accumulated points, and it only took something like 300 tries or something. Right after I actually stopped recording this video, we got like 1,800 points. Okay, and I'm going to shut down.
Great, thank you.